What was your toughest fight, Mark?
Toughest fight? Myself, always myself. I got into a stage where I did cut corners and I did lose. I lost perspective and I just lost my way really, but then I really found it. My toughest fight, as a pro, my toughest fight, I fought the South African heavyweight champion, Osborne Mashimani, a big wiry guy about 6'5", and I thought, I looked at him in the corner, I thought this is going to be easy, he looks like a beanpole. And he hit me near the end of the first round and my legs went all over the place and I went on the floor, he hit me on the floor, got up, started round 2, I was on the floor again and he started hitting me and my head was like, felt like a breeze block, I couldn't feel no punches, it just was going back and forward. And I kept thinking to myself, I better throw punches back, otherwise the referee's going to stop the fight. I started throwing punches back and I started backing him up. Then in the third round, I knocked him out. And it's the only fight I've stood in the neutral corner and thought, please get up, so I'll eat you again. all the other fights, please stay down, I'm not going to have a beer. But yeah, that was a tough. But yeah.
Of course, everybody wants to know, and you always get asked this question, the Danny Williams thing. Tell us that last round, tell us that round.
So, look, I took the fight at 6 days' notice. I was training for it. I wasn't unfit. I was training for the fight, and I got the fight because the British champion was Michael Owen at the time, and I was his sparring partner. And I don't want to talk bad about other sparring partners, but put it this way, they had a really bad sparring session, and I knew straight away he was going to pull out the fight. And he came up with the excuse that he had the flu. So the title became vacant, and they asked me at boxing awards. Frank Maloney came over and asked me, "You won an award?" He said, "Do you want to fight for the British title?" And I went, me being a div, "Yeah, go on, I'll do it." And then he went, "I've not even said how much you're going to get." I went, "Oh, how much am I getting?" He went, "Give you 12. I went, "Is that all?" He went, "Oh, I'll give you 15. I went, "Yeah, go on, done." I could have held out there. No one else wanted to fight Danny Williams. So yeah, I took the fight at short notice. Got wound up before the fight. I was actually wound up with the weigh-in and wound myself up like a ball of string. Got in there, fought with absolute fury. Every punch was a bomb. I was a million miles in front of the scorecards. His shoulder popped out in the third round. He went back in again just before the end of the third round. I had a huge fifth round. I remember, I've no idea, still to this day, I hit him with 2 uppercuts and I have no idea how he stood up. I shook his legs, but still to this day I don't know how he stood up, because I jumped, you land a shot and it shoots through your body, and I thought, he's gone. And I hit him again with the same shot and he's still standing there. And then at the end of the fifth round, my cuts man was Denny Mancini, God rest his soul. He says to me, "Mark, I want you to have a round off." He literally got in front of Dean Powell, who was my trainer at the time, and he said, "I want you to have a round off, go and box." So if you watch that 6th round, I actually start boxing, I start pinging the jab, and I actually thought to myself, this is easy. Why didn't I do this earlier? So that's the art of boxing and hindsight and stuff. And then his shoulder pops out again, and it was, it's gone this time. I've got you. And just before I got caught, I throw a left hook to the body, followed by a left hook to the head, and I swear his eyes shook. As they shook, I thought, he's gone. And he stepped backwards across the ring, and I go to walk in, and you see me hesitate, and I stop, and I see the God's honest truth, right? Lightning strike me down if I'm lying. I literally said, I'm going to have the British belt here, Commonwealth belt here, and the WBO Intercontinental belt here. And as I walk in again, he crunchy hits me. I can remember it like it was yesterday. I went down in slow motion and my head hits the floor. As it bounced the second time off the floor canvas, I thought, "Oh, you prat." I got round to me then, I thought, looked at my corner and I went, "You're alright?" And I went, "Yeah." It's really weird, my brain was fine. As I stand up, you see me half look at my legs and I'm like I'm walking underwater. It was unbelievable. And he come in, he threw a little left hook, and I thought, "Joe, what, I can get a blow here." Went down on one knee, and I thought, I'll be alright. I mean, I stood up, the legs were still absolutely shot, and he comes steaming in, and as he comes steaming, I duck under and he pushes me down. And I thought, I couldn't get another blow here, and as he pushed me down, the referee stopped the fight, and I was like, and I got up and I went to the referee, "I got a knockdown," and he went, "Sorry, Mark," and I was just like,
Could you have come back at that point, do you think?
I don't know. I only had once, we was talking about plan Bs and plan Cs, I only had plan A, which was to go forward and knock him out. I wasn't that versatile in boxing at that time. I was 25 years old, turned pro at 22. I had 13 amateur fights before I turned pro. So I wasn't schooled in having a plan B, a plan C, a plan D. No one taught me how to hold on for dear life. Maybe, after the second knockdown, grab onto him, overhook, grab onto him, hold on for dear life till the referee pulls you apart. There wasn't long left in the round. Who knows, maybe I was sat on the stall. Who knows, they might have pulled him out at the end of that round because his shoulder was definitely in a bad way. But,
So close.
But it's just one of them things. If my auntie had bollocks, she'd be my uncle. So what can you do? Shit happens. Yeah, we actually come very, very close, and they asked for the rematch. Couldn't get him as a pro, but we nearly got him about 3-4 years ago on the unlicensed scene, and he wanted £10,000. So promoter I had at the time said, okay, we can give him £10,000, but that's your purse as well. And I said, that's fine. Yeah. Don't worry, he can have my purse. I'll fight him. I think it was going to be 10 2-minute rounds. And it was this close, and then the promoter come back to me and said, Mark, he's asked for the money up front, and which was bizarre. So we then said, well, we'll lodge the money, the full purse, with your solicitor. So if anything goes wrong with the show, pulls out or blows up, the venue disintegrates in the air, the money's yours. And he said no, and that was the end of that. So I've come this close to the rematch.
Yeah, which you would have won.
I would have absolutely pissed it. If you're watching, Danny.
It's a call out now, isn't it? It's a call out. Yeah. Go viral this by YouTube.
If you ask him, Dan, and you do want to do it,
you're there.
You're the only person who I'd come out of retirement for.
Yeah.
Love you, Danny.